Hey Ben, it's Kevin here. I just wanted to take a quick second to say thank you for a few things. Number one, thank you so much for bringing me along on the Space Kidney project. The way you and Keith treated me from the beginning, always with so much respect, always making sure I felt valued, is something I'll never forget. And so, thank you so much. Secondly, thank you for introducing me to oysters. My first time having oysters was when we were together, and I don't know if you remember, I did the very American thing and ordered a fried oyster burger as the main entree. So thank you for that. And then finally, thank you so much for writing a letter of recommendation for my fellowship application. With everything going on, you were so quick to reply and so happy to do it and so supportive. And I'm extremely grateful for that. You've made me a better scientist and you've made me a better person. So thank you.
Hi Ben, this is Charlotte Nelson from across the pond all the way over in California. We've always been long distance collaborators, which means that every time we see each other, it's either super early in the morning or really late at night. Either way, it was your sense of humor that not only made the calls manageable, but kept us going. Don't tell anyone because it's only 4:30 my time, but cheers.
Ben, this is Amelia Eisch, beaming out from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. I still remember when I first met you in person in the lobby of our building when you came to visit us in November 2023. And I remember thinking that you were very tall and had an extremely dry sense of humor. That all proved to be true at the lunch that we all enjoyed together. Well, not that you were tall because you were sitting down, but you made me spit out my food more than once with your humor. I want to thank you for not only your humor, but your science. You and Keith together have rapidly made the kidney climb the ladder of my favorite organs. It still has not beaten the dentate gyrus or the brain, but it's very close, and it's in no small part because of you and your science. Thank you for all of it, and thank you for your humor. I'm sending you my warmest possible regards from Philadelphia.
Hey Ben, it's been a privilege working with you and your team regarding the effect of the microgravity and space travel on kidney. Your work, dedication, and the way that you interacted with us and with your team members are truly inspirational. Wishing you strength, love, and peace. Thank you.
Hi, Ben. This is Sam from GeneLab and NBISC. Just wanted to share my well wishes to you and your family. I wanted to share the impact that you have made on our project and on space biology and astronaut health. I'm so glad that you guys stumbled, you and Keith, on requesting some spaceflight samples. You guys were able to process them and collaborate with GeneLab, work with the AWGs, and analyze so many data sets. What an amazing paper and what an amazing effort. We're so glad that you guys had joined the spaceflight community. You have started some really impactful research. And I'm just so glad that you have become part of the NASA family. We will pass on our love to your family, and can't wait to continue to see what the great work your lab will do and all the work that you had started. So I just wanted to say thank you. We send our love from NASA and GeneLab and OSDR and NBISC. Thank you for shining your light and being so impactful in the work that we do. And it was so much fun hanging out with you in ASGSR last year. So I'm so glad I got to meet you in person and get to enjoy the conference and some dinners out as well.
Hi, Ben. It's me, Ryan. Just a message to show my love and support for everything that's going on. Um, when I think about the long view of science, the long view of history, it's so crucial to think about the people that are able to strive and find joy through the act of discovery and to pass it on to others. And through that, helping make the world a better place. And it's not even just about the acts of discovery and data sharing and all the cool science itself. It's the relationships that we build along the way. And I just send you and your family, your lab, your colleagues, your loved ones, all the love and support. And it's those connections that are just crucial that make this all worthwhile. I thought I'd throw a couple fun things into the mix. I think about every single day how much I miss teaching and teaching anatomy and the nephron and the urinary system. So I thought that was a pretty fun joke to talk about. Kidney stone walks into a bar, bartender says, "What do you have?" The kidney stone says, "No thanks, I'm just passing through." On the top right is Olympus Mons, just thinking about the future and the bright path forward for humanity. Just to the side of me is this picture of Jules Verne. It's a statue in Russia at Nizhny Novgorod that I just thought was beautiful to think about what 200 thousands of years ago that we're still having the same dreams of the future of humanity like Jules Verne had. A good old picture of England, Wales, a chunk of Scotland there at the top, and Ireland and Scotland at the top. And I thought I'd share just four just beautiful pieces of art. On the bottom left is a Pablo Picasso piece, Claude and Paloma. He did a bunch of paintings about his two youngest children. The top left is Seo Nakauchi, which is the Bear and Snow, which was from the early 20th century, blending Western art with traditional Japanese art. N.C. Wyeth, I always thought this picture was just gorgeous. N.C. Wyeth, Man with Butterfly Receives a Visitor, which I always thought was just a very introspective, beautiful piece. And lastly, Vincent van Gogh, a couple years before he passed away, or a year ago, passed away, the mulberry tree. He had a mulberry tree, which grows out of rocks and chaos, but still had this beautiful, vibrant life to the mulberry tree. So, Ben, I love you. All the love and support to your family, to everything you've done. I think the world of you and everything else. And much love. Cheers.
Hey Ben, this is Sylvain. I wanted to add a little clip and share some pictures that we took last year at the Analysis Working Group workshop at SGSR. We really had a great time there, really enjoy your sense of humor. And also, Keith gave a great talk. You guys put kidney back on the map for NASA, which is a big deal, and you should be very proud of what you've done. I also wanted to tell you that I admire your strength, resilience, and dedication. And it's been a privilege to work alongside you. So my thoughts are with you and your family. And I just wanted to say that I'm with you in spirit and don't hesitate to reach out for anything. Talk to you soon. Bye.
Hi, Ben. This is Afshin, as you know. I wish I could be there in better circumstances, but I just want to tell you how sorry I am to hear about your situation. And I want to tell you how much you mean to me and how much a great person you are in general. So when I first met you, was it about 4 years ago online? I think Ryan Scott introduced us, and you and Keith. And I was like, who are these crazy English people wanting to talk to me about kidneys in space? And lo and behold, you guys turned out to be a treat to work with over the past 4 years, almost 5 years. Is it 4 years? 4 years, I think, 4 or 5 years. And it's been an inspiration and joy to actually have you in my life and to be working with you, because I think your work is pretty amazing, and what you guys have done in such a short amount of time is amazing too in the space field. I think you guys have influenced a lot of people and created a very nice community around yourselves with the space world. And your legacy, I think, will be very much remembered as a true scientist. And I know you have probably a huge impact in the clinic from everything I've heard from Keith and other people. And just me personally, I think I've really enjoyed interacting with you as a friend, colleague, uh, everything else. And I mean, I think we've had it off before in the many meetings we've been with, and I have fond memories of the time you took me and my wife up, Paula, when we were there in London, to that great restaurant and the great lists you made of restaurants to go to. I think your humor, just your overall personality has been a joy to be around, and I've enjoyed every minute of it since I've known you. Wish we could have more time, but you know, it's been, I think, a true inspiration to be around someone like you and to have you in my life at this point in time. And I hope we could talk in the next few weeks or months. If you ever want to speak and just have a chat, I'd love to talk with you, catch up. Because I don't know what else to say, but I hope we could talk in the next few weeks or months, and I hope you're having good family time. And I'm very, I guess, heartbroken to hear about what's happened to you. I know you were having some health issues, but didn't know the extent of it. And I guess truly, I mean, you are probably one of my favorite people to be around in the science world in general. I think your humor and your ideology and just your way of thinking in life has been a great inspiration for many and me. And I know there's many people in the group that we know of as probably thinks the same way. Actually, it was my wife who thought of the idea of these videos. You met her. She's more in tune in these things than I am. And I guess, I hope, this hope you understand that you have a huge impact in the scientific world. And I think your legacy will carry on for a very long time. Guess that's it. But I hope we could talk in the next few weeks, just chat about anything, science, say maybe a few drinks over online or something. And you'll be truly missed, I think, by many, including myself. So I hope we chat soon. Thanks, Ben, for everything.
Hey Ben, it's Chris. I really wanted to reach out and say that I've heard the news, which is not the best news, but I wanted to reach out and highlight some of the amazing things that you've already done and are doing, and what will be a light that will go on for many, many, many decades. And so I think it's everything from, meeting over some of the Gene Lab working group calls, and then catching up at a little cafe shop in Brooklyn where we had some funky coffee and pastries. And thanks for coming up to Brooklyn, to meeting at meetings and drinking whiskey too late into the evening, and Keith saying weird things, which is pretty much standard. He's not really saying weird things; he's just being Keith, so that was just normal Keith. To publishing amazing set of papers and battling Nature Medicine editors and all the back and forth. So really extraordinary journey of science, and I think that the work you've done has already established an entirely new focus on the kidneys, and people will think about, kidney, the parades of kidneys will go around Mars, and it's already red there, so they can easily just take some small white kidney-shaped objects and say we're carrying kidneys around. But it's not just that, although of course the amazing and cool space work and the SOMA package, all that is so much to celebrate and phenomenal. But of course, there's so much more that you have done in sort of rare inherited disease and Mendelian disorders, some of their sort of genetics focus that we talked about when you were visiting. And I really just want to say that it's been such a great pleasure to work with you over the past years, and that the light of your science that has already illuminated so much today will be carried on far into the future. We will keep on the task. This is an intergenerational task that we have to understand biology and get it to survive on other planets. And so this is something we will carry on between ourselves, between labs, between years, between generations. And so you really cast a bright light into an otherwise dark area of human biology that now we can see and better understand and track. So I think when some point if someone has a Martian problem, they'll call it the Benjinificus, maybe kidneyrificus disorder or something. We could name a disorder after you if you want. Maybe we'll name like a rock or something. I don't know. We'll carry on the spirit and the light and the knowledge for many, many generations. And just want to say, well, wish I could have as many, many colleagues like you today and in the future, and for all of my kids and other scientists that coming in the next generation. Really wonderful, and hope you're hanging in there, and send love and best wishes from New York City.